You play a freelance hacker. You take jobs. You break into servers, steal files, sabotage rivals, launder money, frame people who never even saw it coming. You get paid and upgrade your gear. Then you take the next job. That's the whole game. And for a while, that's all it feels like, a checklist. Uplink came out in the year 2001, built almost single-handedly by a university student named Chris DeLay, who started coding it in his spare time back in the year 1999. For most of those 2 years, it was just him, writing, testing, refining the whole thing. Eventually, two friends came on to help turn it into an actual business. No backing studio, no publisher, no budget. They called themselves the last of the bedroom programmers. Out of their homes, they burned early copies onto CD by hand and mailed them out by themselves. It spread by word of mouth. Chris said later in an interview, they never paid for a single advertisement, and somehow it turned into a cult classic that people are still making video essays about 20 plus years later. It's not subtle about what it's imitating. It wants you to feel like you're in Hackers or Sneakers or WarGames, that Hollywood version of hacking where a green terminal and a fast typist can bring down an empire. There are literal Easter eggs referencing those movies hidden in the game. Joke servers, in-jokes, for anyone who caught the references. It knows what fantasy it's selling you, and it leans into that fantasy without embarrassment. This is stylized, cinematic hacking. Nobody's pretending it's a real cybersecurity simulator. But underneath the fantasy is a quieter question the game never says out loud. Who are you actually working for? Every job you take comes from a company. You're never told why they want the data stolen, or why that person needs to be framed, or what happens to the life you just ruined after your terminal window closes. You are a contractor, and the job either pays or it doesn't. There's a whole hidden storyline running in the background, inside a company called Andromeda Research Corporation, building a virus called Revelation, meant to bring down the internet entirely so it can be rebuilt from scratch. A rival company, Arunmor, quietly is backed by the government, racing to build a countermeasure called Faith. It's a narrative with stakes and two competing visions of what the internet should be. But here's the thing, you can play the entire game and never touch the plot. You can just keep freelancing, taking paychecks, not asking. That's the real trick of it. The game isn't about hacking. It's about how easy it is to become someone else's tool without ever deciding to. Think about what the interface does. It doesn't moralize. It doesn't flag the ethically dubious jobs with a warning icon. It simply lists them, flat, procedurally, sorted by difficulty and payout. Same as any other freelancing job board. Erase that, steal this, frame this person. The game never asks you to feel anything about it, which somehow makes you feel more, not less. There's no cutscene where a victim looks you in the eye. There's only the terminal window closing, and the next contract opening up behind it. Real complicity usually doesn't come with a dramatic score swelling in the background. It comes quietly, procedurally, one accepted job at a time, until one day you realize you've built an entire career out of not asking questions. You don't hack a system in Uplink so much as you disappear into one. You're not the protagonist of some grand conspiracy. You're a line item in somebody's ledger who happens to have market competitive rates, and you keep clicking accept.